Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the first episode of Toke Tarot. I am your host, Sarita Savage, and I'm one of the co-founders of Estrohaze, and we are going real deep this week. We have a new moon coming up on October 16th, and for all of my spiritual folks, all of my esoteric homies, this is for you. An essential part of Toke Tarot is actually toking, and today I am making noise, but I am toking on some mimosa, and this is actually a favorite strain of mine. It is a hybrid strain, and it is a strain that Estrohaze had at a private secret location party that we did for 420 with Can-Occlusive. If you missed out on that, make sure you sign up for the email list so you don't miss out on the next one, okay? Especially if you are in New York, because we had such a good time, and mimosa was a strain that was featured. And mimosa, the effects are energetic and focused. So I've got the energy, I've got the spirit on today, and we're about to get down and dirty. So I'm gonna fire this up. I hope you firing up something too. Ooh, okay. So, as I was saying, we have a new moon coming up October 16th. And the new moon is all about setting new intentions, sowing new seeds. And then we get up to that full moon, which is when the moon is the brightest. And that is when, our new intentions that we set have started to manifest, have started to grow, have started to blossom, and are coming to fruition. So, before we get into our new moon oracle, we are going to start with the angels and ancestors oracle, just to kind of set the mood and the intention and get any guidance from our ancestors. And then we are going to go into our new moon intention activation spread, and that is coming from Stacy DeMarco's Halloween oracle. We thought we'd do something really fun as we have the Halloween holiday coming up here in the United States, and this is a really, really beautiful deck. So before I get into it, let's just take a couple of deep breaths, set our intention. So think about, what is going to be your intention for the new moon? What new seeds do you want to plant in your life? This is a time to release what no longer serves you so that you can usher in the energy of that which is elevating you, ascending you to another level, and an opportunity for you to begin something new. Also, it's interesting, we are also in the final quarter of the year. And again, what do you want to achieve for this last quarter that can set you up for success in the new year? And you can use this new moon energy 2 to 3 days leading up to the new moon and 2 to 3 days after the new moon as you release and refine and activate your intentions. Think about the areas of your life that you want to improve. That could be your health, your finances, your living situation, your giving back to the community. Think about what those things could be for you. Okay? So we've taken our deep breaths. I'm shuffling up the deck here. Ooh, I'm so excited for the guidance. Okay, so the first message we have is from our Earth Mother. Feel loved and comforted. So just take a second to take in all of this energy and all of this imagery here. These ancient symbols here. For some of you, you might be dreaming and you might be getting insight and this divine DNA downloads that is helping you to explore hidden parts of yourself and hidden parts of your mind. And Earth Mother is saying, feel this love, because of the things that you have been working towards, the things that you have been going through trials and tests and tribulations. You have passed those tests. This is a great opportunity for you to release any fears, release any doubts, and just feel the love. And for some, that also means going out into nature. You see these vines and these grapes and, the earth here and all of that water and the clouds, going out into nature, into a park and for a walk, and, going out throughout this new moon evolution and illumination, and seeing how the moon continues to get brighter and brighter, and thinking about how things in your life that may at one point felt so dark are getting brighter and brighter for you. So love and feel loved. Feel loved and comforted. For those that are feeling lonely and maybe like you're by yourself, you are not by yourself. Mother Gaia is loving up on you, and Mother Gaia and the Earth Mother is showing up with allowing you to see the sunset. Feel the raindrops on your skin. Feel the cool breeze on a hot day. See the leaves turn from green to brown and orange, and showing you that authentic, organic love. The next message, which is so on point, the Hermit. Retreat and recharge. Reiterating the fact that this new moon is when the moon goes dark. It gets reflective. It builds its intuition. It strengthens its third eye. Meditate. Do yoga, fitness. Do those things that help you to go within and explore. Explore your shadow self and maybe things that you never thought to explore. This is your opportunity to do so, because it's going to give you an opportunity to see things from a different perspective and get, again, new insights and new downloads. And our last message is from the Lord. Take charge with authority. So I get into this grandeur here. This is an opportunity to trust your intuition, to recharge, and then hit the ground running when that full moon is showing up on October 31st on Halloween. So, what areas do you lack courage? Is it time to step into leadership, business that you've been putting off, conversation that you have been putting off, an apology for some of you that you have been putting off? Take charge and trust yourself. Trust that you do have the words. Trust that you are ready for this job. Trust that you can afford the house, the car. Trust that you do have the bandwidth to volunteer your time to those who could use your insight and help. Take charge with authority. Trust yourself. Okay, so those are our 3 messages. Now, I'm going to have a sip of water, smoke, and then we're going to get into our intention activation. Got a little lo-fi music playing. Side note, I really like this lighter. It's got pizza slices, which I want. But I'm gonna have some salmon. Mamos! Oh, y'all can't even hear. Let me cut up just a touch. We don't want no shit with copywriting people, okay? Can you hear it? It's such a vibe. All right. Okay, let's get into it. What I wanted to say was, Oakley Dokley Simpson. Okay. So, couple of deep breaths. All right. Halloween themed oracle reading is our intention activation. If you haven't set your intentions yet, and also after you have set your intentions and you've given them some time to sink in and you have started on the path and journey and you're seeing some things shift and move up and you get to the full moon, come back to this video. See what confirmations you get. This is what tarot and oracle is really about, and what makes it like really beautiful and fun to me, because it's just, you know, another tool that we can use, a part of our spiritual journey and awakening, that gives us a lot of insight into things that could be affecting us, holding us back, things that we are not aware of. And, you know, if you're skeptical, again, set that intention, that goal, that thing that you want to achieve, and come back to this. Come back to this video and let us know what the true tea is, okay? So this is a 6-card spread. I'm going to also take a picture of this so you guys will, you know, you'll be able to see it. And it's funny, it's in the kind of like the shape of a jack-o'-lantern. So we're going to be looking at 6 different areas here. Oh, fabulous. And I already see, woo, some themes, honey. Okay. Well, let's just start here, and let me cut this thing down. Let me cut this girl down a bit. I think she cut herself up, quite honestly. Yes, okay. Let's set the tone. The bottom of the deck, Skull of Flowers. Creating through the ashes. How? Let's get into the imagery, please. Please. Stacy DeMarco. Gorgeous. Okay, Day of the Dead tease. Okay, so creating through the ashes, through the frustration, tragedy, pandemic, wounds, pain, breakup, divorce, job loss, despair. You can create through the ashes, and even through this skull, you see flowers blooming. This beautiful, these watercolors, and emerging through what was dead, what has died, can be something tremendously beautiful. Okay, so this first card is what is at the heart of your current intention. So what is behind the veil? And that's actually what this Halloween Oracle deck is all about, lifting the veil between the worlds every night. Not just on Halloween, but every night, seeing beyond. So while we are going through this new moon in this dark phase, what is being unveiled to us? And so what is at the heart of your current intention is synergy and healing, the cauldron. So, you know, we have this pentacle here, and the pentacle in tarot traditionally represents the area of money, work, and finances. It is associated with earth. It is a slow-moving energy. You know, when you look at pentacles in time, you look at it usually from, you know, years. So for some people, this synergy and this healing could be something that has taken years to come to fruition. You know, to get to this point of actual change and accomplishing this healing, accomplishing this synergy in your professional and your personal life. Okay, so that is what is currently at the heart of the intention that you have set. Now, what issues are stopping you from creating, or what do you need to release in order to co-create at this higher level that you are feeling called to? And that is hurt, happiness in our hearts and home. And it's, you know, I think this is even a card that is so reflective of the time that we are in. We have lost over 200,000 people have died in the United States behind COVID. And we have been in the house worldwide trying to figure it out. Because we want healing and harmony in our lives, in our homes, and we're realizing that maybe for some of us, we have taken things for granted. We have taken the time that we have had on this earth for granted. We have taken the relationships that we have had with people for granted. And what is stopping you from creating this synergy and this healing is right there, the harmony and the happiness in your heart and in your home. So how can you open up your heart? How can you light the fire that allows you to follow your heart, follow your dreams, follow your true desires? It looks scary sometimes doing that work and like going within, but it's necessary for our growth and evolution. And if you haven't done that work, then sometimes you don't feel love. Sometimes that brings up bitterness and jealousy and resentment, and you see other people doing and having and are able to live these lives, and one that's looking, you're only seeing what you're only seeing what people are making available to you, especially if you don't know people personally. But it hinders your own growth. And if at the heart of your current intention is synergy and healing, and you are mixing up this pot, stirring it up and trying to make that happen for yourself, then you have to open up your heart. You want to find that happiness, and that happiness starts at home. If you're not happy at home, then how the hell are you going to be happy outside? You're not. What you're going to do is you're going to be messy. You're going to be messy outside, okay? And it's just going to be a whole clusterfuck. Okay, so we need to drop that. Okay, that's what you need to, open yourself up to, release things that are keeping you out of balance and keeping you distracted and off track, so that you can get to the synergy and the healing. You can get to the happiness and bring that into your heart and into your home. All right. So now, how can you remove obstacles that are standing in your way? Well, authenticity. This is the invisibility card. So that's also going back to this one. Lord, take charge with authority. But that's about being authentic. So you can remove obstacles by being authentic, telling and sharing your story the way that only you can. We all have our own fingerprints. Nobody else has a fingerprint like you, amongst many other things that we all uniquely have, gifts and talents and skills and abilities. It is that time during the new moon to uncover that stuff, go deeper within, put on that cloak of invisibility and go within and do your due diligence, and then be authentic about what you are seeing and experiencing, and, the things that could be causing you anxiety and worry, because that is what draws people to you, because that makes you relatable. I am growing in, my spirituality and connection with spirit every day. And that's essential to me growing in my business, growing in my relationships with my friends and my family. And I see my blind spots. I see where I am impatient. I am seeing where I am frivolous. I am seeing where I harbor resentment, where I haven't forgiven. And then, you work to take those necessary steps to course correct. And being authentic about that allows me to connect with other people more deeply. And that is a whole healing process in and of itself. So how can you remove obstacles that are standing in your way? Being more authentic. If you're going to be invisible, then do your work, do that shadow work and journaling and meditating and seeing those thoughts and feelings that arise for you on different occasions. And, thinking about what you're thinking about. Like, oh, why I think about that? Why I say that? Why did I react in that way? And then look back at times that you reacted in certain ways and what were the outcomes of those things. Okay, so now what is the main fear to release, to co-create at this time? Your fear of change. The mummification process, as I know it, you were buried with these things that you were thought that you would need in the afterlife. You were not leaving this world. Oh, woe's me. Oh no, God. Yeah, we go through our mourning and our grieving process for sure. But you are going to another world. You are going to another place. So it is also a time to celebrate. Going back to the overall energy, creating through the ashes. So this change, this change is the main fear that you need to release. You are going through a metamorphosis. Key at this full moon that is back here. Get into it. Get into it, smoke break. Because you got to take that in. This imagery, smoke break. I am sorry. I got to get, because that's a gag. Shout out to Kiki. That's the gag. So release that fear of change. Hell, doing Toke Tarot is a huge change. I had to release that fear. I believe that this is very helpful for myself to give back this gift that I have for, this interpretation and this work. And my intention is always for the highest and best. I mean, shit, I'm a Virgo. Catch that. But that's the fear. You have to give that up. You have to give that up to get to where it is you're trying to go. That's a tip, 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 top. But it's not just to, the top, to hoard, all of the glitz and all the glam. You're going through this change and this whole metamorphosis to be rewarded for that, whatever that success looks like for you, but also because spiritually, this is a full illumination. This is a full circle, full cycle. And that is something so beautiful. And that's something that money can't buy. Wisdom. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his what? Soul. Okay, so release this fear of change. Go through this process and start celebrating now for the victory that is at this illumination. It's too late to turn back now. Okay, what is the possible outcome or solution to this new seed of intention that you have planted? Skull of light, illumination. Get into it. Oh, child. Some of y'all are going to really a higher place. And some of you, this is confirmation of a lot of work that you have done. I mean, so many people have transformed through, this year, and we are not even done yet. We still got some time to go, a ways to go, child. So at the end of this change, at the end of this synergy, this healing process, you are going to be illuminated, a skull of light. It's like the valley of the bones. Those dry bones, those bones can be watered and nourished and come back to life. What does that look like for you? Our final card is, how can you course correct, or what hidden dangers could be out there? And we got winter, and that message is the sacredness of pausing. So how can you course correct? Again, it's reinforcing this message of change, creating through the ashes, synergy and healing. So, and we're in autumn now, we're in fall now, we're going into winter. That's about hibernation, eating that good food, spending time with your family, getting loved up, loving on others. You're being in a much more loving and jovial energy. And despite everything that's going on, for this illumination to happen and this synergy and healing, yes, you have to be conscious of what is happening in the world. Yes, you have to do what you can to be the light, but you have to take pauses for yourself. You have to recharge, because you ain't no good to nobody if you haven't, recharged. You can't give people what you don't have. And this is a hidden danger for those of you who are working, not trusting the process. And I even needed that word for myself, not trusting the process, not trusting the seeds that you have planted. And trying to keep going and going. There is a sacredness in pausing. A sacredness in pausing. You know, look at the animals. Look at bears. Look at squirrels. Look at birds. And look how they intuitively move with the seasons. And like now, we're talking about moving and setting intentions with the moon cycle. And why that is even relevant is because you think about farmers, especially ancient farmers, they planted with the moon cycle. The tide in the water is affected by the moon cycle. And when that tide rises, that's bringing more essential nutrients up to the soil, up to the what? The seeds we planted. Get into it. So let what's dead needs to be released and transformed and comes back as a butterfly, that mummy, that change, let it happen. There's a sacredness in pausing and getting that information and going within. There is insight there, right? There is illumination there. And even the sacredness of pausing, that goes back to the first card we got, which was Earth Mother, loved, feel loved and comforted. Trust that you can go through these seasons. Trust that you can retreat and recharge. This is a word for somebody. So let us know in the comments if this is resonating for you. Okay? So that is the intuition, intention activation spread. Thank you so much for your support of Estrohaze. We wish you a happy new moon, and we also want to invite you to join us as we grow weed and other awesome plants using the cycle and phases of the moon. And this is led by our awesome team member Nicole. So join us. We are doing Instagram lives, we are doing Q&As, and all of your support helps us to create awesome and intentional content, and we hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much, and we will be back on Halloween to do another spread to talk manifesting and see what you got brewing. Okay, so getting that cow drawn energy, that synergy and healing, get to cooking in the kitchen, cooking in the kitchen, cooking in the kitchen. Okay, all right, so thank you. Bye.